Palnai is only a pawn of larger forces. While Sigurd continues his speech, Harald approaches King Horvik, his face tense, his voice soft. My king, Sigurd, snake in the eye, is not here to deal with Palnai. He wants you. He wants the throne as we feared. Ego moves his hands nervously, his forehead beaded with sweat. Father, we should cut short his Sigurd's speech. Palnai must admit his guilt and be punished by his assembly. He must be sacrificed to end this ploy now, or he may lose your throne. Sigurd, snake in the eye, is a shrewd man. He would not openly attack you in the assembly if he did not have the upper hand. I could call him a traitor and say that I'm innocent. If this is what you need to do, I will say I'm guilty to save the king. But I'm going to apply to wisdom. I do not rush to acting, King Horik. Sigurd has nothing. Atli is dead. You speak wisely. I approve and agree with your words. We must not do anything that will cost us the respect of the assembly. The balance of power is very delicate, and here the Jarls are very important. We need to see what Sigurd has against us. Sigurd's face seems impenetrable. Yeah. Even the movements of his body are fully controlled, even as he releases a speech that is able to dethrone a king. Seven had a witness, Ulf Torrenson, who would have agreed that Olvar was murdered, but King Hork sent Palnai to Ulf's farm to silence him. I had another man, Atli Eriksson, who was very faithful and dear to me, and trusted him with the mission of protecting important evidence for this assembly, but King Hork had Palnai to kill him. Sent him Palnai to kill him. Everyone starts talking about the words of Sigurd. A lot of tension fills the air. Finally, judges ask for calm. Hork's face is livid. Sigurd Ragnarsson, you talk a lot. Insult and offend my honor, but you lack evidence or witnesses. This will not end well for you. Let him finish. All of us here want to know what is happening. I just defend my honor. Yes, he has the right and permission to speak. If he proves what he speaks of, it may be time to change the kingship. King Orc is a good king. You'd be better able to prove this, Sigurd. Everything will come in time. Oh, Christ. I'm nervous. But first I want to continue my assertion that the problem is much bigger than we think. 800 Vikings are ready to embark for England in aid of my brothers. We could have been talking about more than 1,200 men for the Jarl of Kenamar. We could have been talking about more than 1,200 men, for the Jarl of Kenamar promised me more than 400. But King Hork sent Palnai the Frisch to sabotage this treaty. As if that were not enough, the king then proposed that Guthrum lead these men, when I was the one that made all the effort to gather them and get the votes and provisions. Sigurd Ragnarsson, your accusation is very serious. Do you have any evidence or witnesses who can confirm what you say? Yes, there's a man who travelled with Palnai all that time, who is among us right now, willing to testify at this assembly. His name is Regenhard, and is servant of the Jarl of Kenamar. Regenhard, reproach, do you confirm that the words of Sigurd are true? Ah, you fucker. He seems uncomfortable when all eyes turn to him. He desperately tries to avoid your eyes. Well, yes, right. I met Palnai in Frisch when he tried to gain trust of Jarl of Kenamar by killing Theored, a person that I loved. Then he betrayed the Jarl of Kenamar and came to Denmark, where he pursued Seven Bonek and Sigurd Ragnarsson, as he hates them as enemies. So Olvar and Atli were killed, and he outlawed King Horik. I swear it is the truth. Ego suffers a nervous attack and shouts, Ragnar, why? Ragnar looks down and speaks quietly. McCall is not with you, Eagle. Theod was like a brother to me, and Palnai lied to me in order to take him and kill him. I won Palnai's trust and promised that one day I would avenge Theod's death, and that day has come. I just want to be happy, have a farm, wife, and children. But Palnai only brings misfortune wherever he goes. I feel the need to be protected. I need to feel protected, and Sigurd has promised everything I wish for. I'm gonna go with this. As you once said, barky bark, barky bark. Or it's scale where the sail. I think that's right. Fate always goes as she musts. King Horik, Sigurd Ragnarsson has made very serious accusations supported by a witness. What do you say in your defense? He clears his throat. I do not know this man named Ragnarhard. I suspect he's a liar bought by Sigurd. He seems to have some sort of dispute with Palnai. At any rate, his testimony is not against me, but against Palnai, since he in no way mentioned me or shown that I have helped Palnai in any misdeeds. If this is all that Sigurd Ragnarsson has against me, I ask this assembly for compensation for the insult to my honor. Oh. This is tense. For a few seconds, Sigurd loses composure. The gods know that you are eliminating my evidence and witnesses. When you sent your dog after Ethel Eriksson and Ulf Thorsen, this man was with Palnai. He can testify that you are involved. I say Ragnard is a liar blinded by hatred for me. It's his word against mine. First of all, Ragnar's first master was Theodred, not the Jarl of Kennemer. If this man here tells the truth, everything happened as he described. I think he was vaguely telling the truth. He did. To be honest, it's been so long since I played, I can't remember the details. But he may be telling the truth. I think a little bit might be skewed, but I think it was mostly the truth. I'm gonna go with this because it sounds better. First of all, Reganhard's first master was Theodred, not the Jarl of Kennemer. Regan, they nodded my words, but Regan now hates me even more. Regan betrayed his first master, Theodred, as he now betrays me. Would any man keep a known enemy in his herd? This man has just demonstrated that he cannot be trusted. Now, this is a very delicate matter that may affect the stability of the kingdom, just as it will hard to debilitate for a moment. You watch as the judges get behind the big rock, which sounds hilarious. They just huddle behind a rock. But then again, modern view, medieval matter. Before entering a heated discussion, all around you, everyone engages in energetic conversations. Some all support the king, others support Ragnarsson. This assembly may either be the solution to civil war or the trigger to start one. Everything depends on the judge's decision. You realize that no one approaches you. Everyone avoids you like the plague. You are aware that nobody gave you the opportunity to present the case of the abduction of your mother. You feel that you've not been more than a piece in the game of Herfordorf between the powerful men of Denmark. The judges are slow to come to a decision. You're not sure how much time has passed, but it seems to take them very, very long. Many men around you have decided to sit on the ground. There are even merchants distributing food and meat. Reganarv remains in the same spot, silent and without moving a muscle, as if carved in granite. Eagle doesn't look at you either. He's among the men around King Hork, advising and encouraging him. Finally, the judges return from behind the large rock. Odin Volskar, Odin Segental, father of the gods and the Skaldings, we elect. It's a priest that chose the king. Yeah. We elected by your peers call upon your wisdom to guide our words. May our judgment reach your ears, and may those who do not comply with it be punished by hell. We've decided the following. Oh, brilliant. Anyways, it starts in my way. In the case of the death of Olvar Whitehair, this assembly rules that Palnai acted in self-defense and declares him innocent. What? This is not justice. This assembly pisses on the grave of my brother. Love it. Sigurd Ragnarsson pushes 7 back and takes the 4. So Bolnek accepts the decision of this assembly. I love it. Well, the assembly has spoken. Before the gods and men, this quarrel has ended between these 2 men. Odin, Thor, and Frey have heard what is decided. May they punish any who do not fulfill their oaths. Regarding the case of witnesses called Ragnarsson, who has been accused of lying, the gods must decide his culpability. As the accusation is grave, the assembly has decided that Palnai and Ragnarsson must engage in a holmgang, a duel to the death, on the island called Short within 6 days. 2 will go, only 1 will return. If one of them fails to show up, it will be declared nurturing, coward, son man, and this will be told by skalds and messengers to all men in Denmark and abroad. I don't know what to say. I'm like, sure, I'll kill him. At the same time, I kinda don't want to. Do you wish to be a nothing? Nobody will follow you. Everyone will be free to kill you. Moreover, you are agreeing with Ragnarhard, who has betrayed us. I argue that he's a liar, and if you do not face him giving the reason, I say that you are a liar too. The decisions of the assembly cannot be gainsaid. They are backed by the gods and the free men of Denmark. The sentence is a duel to discover the lie. Palnai, you must choose. Fight against Regan or defend him against Eagle. Yeah. I accepted the I accept decision in Assembly too. I'm no liar, but I regret having been a traitor. I'm very sorry, Palnai. Well, when this assembly is over, the important men of Denmark will come get you and take you to Short Island to face your opponent. Odin, Thor, and Frey have heard what has been declared. May they punish any who do not fulfill their oaths. The assembly has also decided on one last major issue. These accusations and insults between King Horik and Jarl Sigurd can cause serious damage to Denmark. Therefore, this assembly of free men which is above Jarls and Kings, and answers only to the gods, has decided that a reconciliation between the two must concur. King Horik will give Sigurd a position on his council, and amongst his most beloved men. Moreover, he'll pay 15,000 coins in compensation for all the efforts he made in organising the expedition. He clears his throat. In return, Sigurd will remain by King Horik, advising him and not leaving Denmark. Therefore, Jarl Sigurd Ragnarsson must relinquish control over the fleet that shall relieve his brethren. This fleet will be led by two other men, Seven Bullneck, on part of Jarl Sigurdsson, and Harald Haraldsson on the part of King Horik. The fleet will depart for England in a few days without further delay. It is furthermore our decision that Palnai shall join as advisor of Harald Haraldsson, as long as the gods give him the victory in the Holmgang. Otherwise, Eagle takes Palnai's place and Herd. One or the other should meet with me in the mead hall of Reap once the Holmgang is over. Another judge takes the floor. He shifts his gaze from one party to the next until his eyes rest on you. The assembly representing the gods and freedmen. The assembly representing the gods and freedmen of Denmark has spoken. These are the two parties, right? King Horik, Jarl Sigurd. I accept the judgment of the assembly. I will fulfill my part as been declared. I swear that I will uphold and enforce it. King Horik quickly accepts more control over the actions of Jarl Sigurd. He shows no sign of either satisfaction or dissatisfaction. I also accept the decision of the assembly. I swear that I will uphold and enforce it. Thor, Odin, Frey have heard what's been fulfilled. Decided here, may they punish any who do not fulfill his oath. Assembly is ended. Everyone may leave now. I read that already. There's declaration of war between them two. A group of heavily armed men approaches you. It is led by Harald Haraldsson, King's right hand, who reminds you of your promise at the assembly. It is the hour of the Holmgang, and your opponent is already on Short Island. They surround your party and lead you to a nearby beach, where a gaunt old man awaits in a small boat. Get in the boat, and two of Harald's men push it into the water. The old man, without a word to you, begins paddling towards an island on the horizon. The water is gentle. The only sound you hear is that of the oars in the water, striking in a slow and deliberate rhythm. The old man is not so old, but wrinkles of a hard life at sea make him look like an elder. He wears a worn and salt-bleached tunic, and the skin of his hands look like hard leather. His eyes are blue and crystal clear, and do not look directly at you, even for a moment, but remain focused on the island. Up ahead awaits an opponent who was once a companion. The assembly has decided that two go to Short Island, but only one return. The boat stops near a small beach. After you get off, the old man paddles it a few tens of meters back into the ocean, where he stops and waits. Duel. He shouts, "All I wanted was a farm, a wife, and children. I did not want your death, but do not want to die either. Sorry, Palnai. Sorry to have to kill you." I don't want to kill you either. I kind of feel bad, because he just wanted settle down and shit. But it's just like, that would have happened if you hadn't bollocksed against me. You kind of forced my hand. I suppose if I had higher rep with him, he wouldn't, but like, I'm playing the character one way, and he's very different idea on things. I kind of wish I'd unequipped. Then again, they may have thought of that and set things up to prevent that. Okay, my sword is still pretty damn burly. He's like has some good armor, so I was worried. Oh, he's only knocked unconscious? Weird. Chu went to the island, but only one returns. You've been victorious, but at the cost of killing an old companion. In your mind, you'll remember the phrase that you heard so often from Regenhard. Brr 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 brr. No, that feels wrong. I wish I could say it. It's not a language I speak. I can barely speak Irish. And, I am Irish. Fate always goes as she must. The old man takes the boat back to where your warriors await in Denmark. When they arrive, they pick up their things and say nothing, aware of the gravity of the moment. Soon, they're ready to go. Harald and his men have already left. It is time to look for the assembly judge, called Asbjorn, in the mead hall of Ribe. As you stop to rest on your way, your companions approach you. Their faces show concern. Listen to them. My lord, we want you to know that no one blames you for what happened in the duel. Everyone still fully supports you. What happened was inevitable, my friend. It was him, or you. I understand the weight you carry on your shoulders, because I just experienced the same. After the massacre on the Wodenrick, I know no words can soothe you. I understand the weight you carry on your shoulders, because I just experienced the same. After the massacre on the Wodenrick, I know no words can soothe you, but nobody expected Regenhard's betrayal. None of this is your fault. I killed him. I do not think I can ever forgive myself. I'm a terrible person. They dislike me a bit. This isn't necessary. I told you were someone strong, with fortitude. Brunhild comes up to you and hugs you tightly. Oh, she likes me more now. Yay. At least someone does. Because the Greek guy hates my guts now. Ignore him. He doesn't know how hard it can be. Eagle bares his teeth. He seems angry. I do not understand all the tears. Regenhard betrayed us. I trusted him. Everybody trusted him. I thought he was a good guy, and what he did was spy for Sigurd. He sold us out for a house and a woman. Regenhard was a piece of shit and deserved his death. I could tell him to fuck off, but it was like, no. He was a desperate man who lost everything. Brunhild likes me even more. He only likes me slightly less. Desperate or not, he is a traitor. It's not worth spending another word on him. Let's go on our way. So, now more dislike me, but at least one really likes me. So that's a compensation. Not really. Oh, Captain Topless. No, are you the guy I'm looking for? No, it was me. I went to the Lord's Hall, not the Mead Hall. Wait, Happy Widow? Oh, isn't that the woman who shags people? It's like, I think I went to her before. I'm not talking to her. Hell, sir. Nice to meet you. So, nice to meet you. I think it's a good time to introduce myself officially, since it's likely that our paths are attached. I'm Asbjorn from Odensave, and I'm a Courtier, a simple doctor who wasted some time in Franca until I returned to Denmark some months ago. On my way to Odensave, I landed in Ribe and ended up staying here for a few months, serving the local elites and not-so-elites. I guess my services earned me enough prestige to be summoned as an outing in the assembly held a few days ago. The truth is, I was not interested in coming back to Odensave so soon, for I'm still young and have the opportunity to travel to other places and learn more. The Norns must have noticed and tied together our fate. You need someone who can dress the wounds of your warriors. You need someone with your fortune that shines above the rest of the men I've known. A doctor will be useful. I suppose the assembly would send someone. I did not think it would be you. He smiles. The assembly decided I'd join you, but I'm happy to carry it out. It is not my intention to control you, but I must ensure that you join the fleet and come to England. From that moment on, I would like you to see me as companion, the doctor your men need. I've had to kill a companion and join a war fleet. Now I must take a judge along. No choice. Join the team. He closes his eyes for a few seconds as